Sleepers Podcast, Monday, April 28th, coming to you extremely sunburnt with a bruised pride, a damaged ego, and a broken heart after going down 3-1 to the New York Knicks. I don't think I'm being over-exaggerative of my sorrow today. Also, we normally record these on Friday, normally to give ourselves a clean weekend, but just announcing this to our loyal listeners, we're recording this Sunday night. So this is like a real throwback Sleepers episode, Sunday night for Monday morning drop. That's kind of fun. It would be a lot more fun if I wasn't sunburnt and just shot a 55 on the back and down 3-1 to the Knicks. How are you?
Can I offer you some condolence?
Sure.
Next year, Devin Booker's gonna be here.
Yeah, I mean, I hope.
I was promised he'd be here.
I hope.
What if he's not?
Don't I don't like this. This is part of like getting back in the playoffs. Like I forgot what playoff losses feel like. And don't worry, the Lions, Tigers, and Pistons are reminding me. But I'm a bad fan, man. I'm a bad losing fan.
Well, listen, no one ever, wants to prop himself up as a great loser. So like,
Yeah,
let's,
yeah.
what I think my least favorite phrase in life is losing with grace.
Sure.
I've never lost with grace in my life.
Can we do the end game stuff? So foul, no foul. The NBA says it was a foul. You
Yeah,
tweeted about it.
great, sick. I love my superstar to make a midi right there. Would love it.
That's where I'm at, which I tweeted about, and I have learned my lesson to not ever tweet anything like that again. But I don't even get why or how anyone is crying refs after this. I really don't. I get it. Tim Hardaway Jr. jumped into a defender, and it should have been a foul. Haven't we been bitching about Jalen Brunson doing that all series? And now we want the same call, even though we've been calling Jalen Brunson soft and unethical? Which one is it? Like, we should have won this game. If our superstar does anything positive in the final 3 minutes, we win the game. I don't get it. And this is like the third game this series where we've had chances or a 10-point lead that we've blown and lost. So, man, I don't know. What fan to say? Fire JB?
Yeah, or, or just let's get some better players for real. Like, because I did have a moment down the stretch where I'm like, oh my God, it's winning time, and I'm looking at Tim Hardaway Jr.
Who, by the way, had two humongous buckets late.
Yeah, but like
But
I'm
like,
good. I'd rather not.
sure. I'm not even trying to go to bat for my guy Timmy. But like, I don't get complaining about the role players when like the role player made the plays. Like
Who
we
gave
got enough to win this series.
who gave it to the role player to make the plays?
We got enough to win this series, man.
Yeah, I'd
We
also
got
like
enough
to
to win
state
this
my
series.
claim right now that that last foul was nothing unethical by Tim Hardaway Jr. He went to go shoot a shot, and Josh Hart fouled the shit out of him. But thank you to the 2 minute report. I read that to my son as a bedtime story tonight. He fell right asleep. Thank you. I explained to him how these things go in his life. But it's sick. Also, Pistons in seven. F it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yep, I don't either, to be honest with you. I couldn't even say that with much conviction.
Had
So
to
just
get one at home, and we didn't get one at home. Honestly, Ashley Nicole Moss, right. She
oh,
was right. So let's give her credit where credit's due. She looked the camera in the eyes. She laughed at the idea of Little Caesars Arena being a tough place to play. Like, what is it? Well, honestly, the whole city made Pistons Jack our guy. Is he on the hot seat this weekend?
Pistons
And I
Jack is, yeah, he is on the hot seat, even though he's had a generational run.
careful because I love Pistons Jack.
Oh,
I will not
no,
tolerate
I love
Pistons
him.
Jack
I love him
slander.
too, and I actually want to push back on people that were like hating on Pistons Jack for having a generational run. Like everyone's like, "Oh, why are they propping? Oh, he's an industry plant." Pistons Jack's that guy.
He is that guy. I think people are mad at him though, because like after today's loss, he did some shit like tweet like it's still Detroit versus everybody forever, which
Uh,
is like, all right. Like,
what is Nick Hankel up to nowadays?
honestly, I don't know. I saw him at a game a couple years ago, but that's the last time I saw him.
He used to just he was the Pistons guy.
Yeah, He's got to be sick at Pistons. Again, credit where credit's due. Great weekend for Pistons Jack. He looked great in that in the road jersey at Comerica too.
Look, yeah, see, everyone just focuses on the negatives. We got like some Australian Pistons fan named Pistons Jack, who like just is a Pistons guy.
He also humble brag. He follows me. He's followed me for like 2 or 3 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love Pistons Jack.
How many followers do you have on Twitter?
I don't know off the top of my head. I can look. Do you want me to?
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of you always I want to celebrate your wins. You hit like you hit 10K, right?
I have 11.3 thousand followers, which is funny. The only reason I know this and I'm laughing is because before the weekend, I for sure had 11.4. So I lost a bunch of followers after the Pistons tweet today.
Damn, man. Uh, Shout out to
That's
Slick.
great.
Shout out to Slick Nick, man. Should we get to the YouTube comment of the day?
There is nothing I've ever wanted to do more other than get some aloe than go to the YouTube comment right now.
Yeah, what's how are you gonna go about like solving this sunburn?
So you know how I've always had the thing where like being sick is mental weakness?
Yeah,
Being sunburnt might be mental weakness, and I'm putting that to the test.
I don't know, man. Like that's not like have you showered with it?
I showered a little bit ago, really hurt,
Oof.
really hurt. Put a little lotion on that, hurt. I hurt. I itch. It's patchy, not good. But we're gonna fight through because right now like I feel the pain every second, but I'm not mentally weak.
Understood. Will that turn into tan at least, or is it just gonna go away?
No.
Oh,
I mean, come on, you knew that answer.
not really. Honestly, I've always had this theory that you kind of just avoid the sun.
I mean, if you want the long backstory, my mom had skin cancer before I was born, so there's reason to avoid it. But
Yeah, that's definitely a reason to avoid it.
incredibly pale man who doesn't get tan, he just burns. Like I
Hmm.
was outside, honestly, now I'm pointing fingers. Looking at you, TP, father-in-law had a great round today. That was a 5.5 hour golf round. We played a little too long, and I was chunking it everywhere, but I was ready next shot, keep it moving. And I think if we had played at a normal tempo, I'm not in hell right
Is
now.
TP a slow golfer?
Normally, no. That's why I'm confused.
Oh,
I
well,
think
maybe
this
he's
is
just
one of
enjoying
those
his time
like
with you today.
I think this is one of those like back in the day, TP would like he'd get done with golf and have some shit to do when he lived on the course. And
Hmm.
now he's like in town specifically to golf. And it's like if I get home, I'm just driving home. So let's milk this for everything we got.
Hmm.
While I'm pointing fingers, golf course. This is the home course, live on three. Yeah, humble brag. It's the first big Sunday afternoon round of the year. Beautiful day. The tee sheet was booked to the brim. I can't get a beverage. The bar wasn't open.
Wait, no, Todd, come, no, mm-mm. This was at the Moors?
Cart.
This was at the Moors.
When I say, as someone who's never been a member of a private club in my life, I've never had a problem getting a beverage on the course on a Sunday in late April.
What do you pay dues for,
I
man?
paid the initiation fee just for them to look at me like, sorry, it's closed today. At 1:30 p.m. on a Sunday with a packed course. And now I'm burnt and I'm down 1-3.
Three things. One, that's awful business. Two, what's the point of having a country club? There's not a beverage cart rolling around every 10 minutes.
No
Isn't that
cart
what?
girl. No cart girl. Nothing. No backup plan. Again, I'm not trying to point fingers, but I'm pointing a lot of fingers right now.
Three, if I work into gift ideas like long sleeve shirts for you to golf in, are you rocking those?
If it was a lightweight, breathable material,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no, it's specifically made actually like for sun activities. It'll just protect you.
Like a sunscreen shirt.
Yeah, those are a thing.
Sadly, they are, and I've had many.
Okay, yeah, so like you need to rock those.
Not on the course. Not on the course.
Okay, all right, I respect it.
To the YouTube comment.
Is there a shirt tuck-in policy at the Moors?
I haven't been told to tuck my shirt in yet, which is good because if someone had tried to tell me to tuck my shirt in today, I would have said, go behind the bar and get me a Jack and diet. And it wouldn't have gone well.
Yeah, crazy thing here. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the YouTube comment of the day. We are going to go with um let's go with let's go with this one, okay. This one is about actually I guess we'll talk about this more. We'll probably have a video on it, but quick thoughts on BYU adding Davis from SIU. I know we liked him. We watched a little bit of him when we thought Purdue would get him.
Love him. Yeah, I think right now BYU is my number two team in the country. And them adding Davis when Purdue added Meyer is going to be something to look back on at the end of the year.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I feel the same way, but I like how BYU is moving this offseason.
And they got a guy who I don't think needs the ball to be happy, which this is the first guy on the team that doesn't need the ball to be happy. That's a big
Yep,
add.
big ad, big ad. Should we get to the Discord comments?
Yes.
Can you tell the people how to join the Discord?
Join the Discord so that I can buy some aloe mostly. I called a bunch of people childish today. That was the other thing going on in Discord. Like I popped in during the Pistons loss and just called a bunch of people childish. So if you want to be called childish by me while supporting the show and maybe buying me aloe, that's a great place to do it. $9.99 a month.
Yeah, and you also get your comments read every single day. We are going to start with Cobra. Is Purdue really going to enter the season with Fletch and Jack Benter as the primary wings, or do you think there will be another addition?
Uh, I think that they are going to play Jakari as much at the wing as they are anybody that's not Fletcher. So
Yeah, also
I
like
don't, yeah.
they might play Meyer at the three.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't see wing as a need when you have Meyer, Lawyer, Cox, Harris.
Yeah, I think you're good.
You're just playing
Uh,
small, but
yeah,
that's okay.
yeah. I Maynard. Props to Hubert Davis for fixing the front court, but if you're a UNC fan, I don't know how you can be happy with this backcourt. Has Hubert overcompensating for a lack of size last year hurt the roster?
Yeah, I think they flipped their front court issues for backcourt issues, which is really funny. While this is going on, who knows if something will break by tomorrow and make this out of date. But the idea that Andrei Stojakovic is down to Illinois, North Carolina, and just returning to his old school, this is my dream recruitment because it's the two quote unquote source schools that have missed the most in the last 3 months. It's Illinois sources versus North Carolina sources. Illinois sources said this would have been done before the weekend. Like three different Illinois reporters were like, it's done. And North Carolina has not had accurate information on their own basketball program in like 2 calendar years. So somebody's got to be wrong here. And there's a world where they're both wrong and he just goes back to Cal, which would be hilarious.
Wait, first of all, it's not Cal, it's the third school.
Oh, it's the first school?
No, it's Stanford. Yeah.
Oh, so the first one.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that until now either. That's even funnier.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get in front of this right now. Illinois and North Carolina fans, if y'all lose Andrei Stojakovic to Stanford, the school that he left, y'all are gonna hate us.
Listen, man, everybody said it was done before the weekend. He verbally committed.
That's yeah, I was told it was supposed to be done this weekend, but
It's not
hey.
about the money, though, Card.
Anyways, let's see here. Oscar Clough fan club. Talking about the Eric Stevens comment, I live in Lexington and have for a while. They aren't really tough like their horses, and also Rupp is mid. Listen, we're good with
Hey, hey, hey,
Lexington.
hey, hey, hey,
Hey,
hey.
hey, we will be down to Lexington. First of all, I've been to Rupp before. Rupp is not mid. Rupp was rocking. I went there for Midnight Madness, and that shit was slapping. So please respect me.
It's one of the greatest Carter Elliott lies. I've been to Rupp Arena before.
I have been. I swear on my child's life, I have been to Rupp Arena.
It's
I
so
went.
good because no one could fact check you on it. It's so
Ask
good.
to ask Toj. Ask Toj.
I know you went to Rupp with Amir Williams. I know
No, I went with Toj
why and when.
because Toj was dating a girl that went to Kentucky,
Okay, that's cold.
and I was there.
I mean, it's a great lie. It's an awesome lie.
Meg can confirm it too. You can text her.
Okay,
All right, Tune. Happy Riley Friday.
little late on that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're gonna skip that. All hail the Pope. Just watched the Darius Adams video. Greg said he would start over Gainey. Gainey's out of eligibility. He is gone.
Yeah, that's not what people are saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gainey's. Okay.
But wait a second. Have Michigan State fans just been lying?
Is Gainey
This is
done?
this is a genuine reaction for me. Have Michigan State fans said he can't go to Tennessee because Jordan Gainey's there and he's not even there?
Wait, hold on a second. Let's check this.
This is hilarious.
Hold on.
I
He's
fell
played four
for it.
years, unless he has a COVID year.
I fell for it if it's true.
I'm pretty sure they got Gainey back, but we'll keep it moving here. Um, anyway, let's see what else we got here. All hail the Pope again. Cart, you said Indiana outback Kentucky for Wilkerson. All reports said Wilkerson wanted to be the guy, not just a piece. Okay. Just snacky. Did you guys see Coleman throwing shade at Merez and an account that was giving Brad crap about recruiting Euro kids instead of Chicago kids on X? This is why he'll always be loved. My one comment on this is I think that Coleman post college basketball career is going to be an all-time generational tweeter.
He already is. Yeah, he is. I love Coleman. I'll always be a Coleman guy.
Facts. Okay, let's
Stay
see.
away
War
from
Chant.
my center though.
Oh,
Let's be clear. My center. Mine.
yours. Okay.
Mine. You saw, I mean, you texted me. Yaxel hit the go blue with the little, he was having a good ass weekend in Ann Arbor, of course. The more important, more notable response here was not Yaxel saying go blue or adding you mish b-ball to his bio on every single platform, which he did shortly after. It was Merez with the quote tweet that said, let's go with an M. My
Mm,
center. My
mm,
center.
mm. War Chant. Who are the winners and losers of the first round of the draft? Who gets the Brad Underwoovich award for best value pick?
Talking to NFL draft, I assume.
I think so.
We were supposed to do a little bit of NFL draft talk in our banter section, but I forgot all about that because of the sunburn. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Do you have an answer for best value?
Can I have a hot take?
Sure.
I'm like, I guess it was because the Lions were so bad that I was so invested in the draft that like this year's draft just didn't hit like it needed to. Like I don't know, I just didn't really like I'm glad we got people and stuff like that, but I don't know. It lost a little bit of luster when you picked like 28th.
I'll throw a couple winners out. I thought that Tyler Warren was the best tight end in this draft pretty clearly, and he fell to the Colts at 14, which was like their dream pick when the Bears took Loveland. I think that's a huge win for the Colts. Not that Loveland won't be good. He'll be a great pass catcher. Ben Johnson will use him well, but like Tyler Warren's the best tight end of the draft, and Ben Johnson was just like, that guy catch better. So I don't know. I thought Egbuka to the Bucks. I don't know if that was great value because he was mocked in the 20s, but I just love that fit. He's a dog. He's going to be great there. And I thought in general, the as they always do pretty much, I thought Ravens, Eagles both had great drafts. They just always scoop up dudes from like Bama and Georgia that fall too far, and they're always nasty.
Yeah, Ravens love taking people with off the field stuff, and just hopefully they stay in line and don't pull a Justin Tucker.
Can I get
Um,
Lions takes from you real quick? I think people were asking for our Lions takes.
I trust Brad Holmes. I'll start with that. A wee bit underwhelmed by the draft, though, to be honest with you. I thought there was a couple reaches in there, and like I said, I've already like committed to just trusting Brad Holmes, but a little bit underwhelmed with the draft, I think.
The Arkansas receiver is the one that makes no sense to me. But I'm with you, like, just trust our front office at this point. But like, I can't believe you had to trade up for him. And even if someone was going to be like, oh, he would have been gone, like, guarantee he would have been gone. So, like, there were other good receivers, I think. I loved like Elick Ayominor from Stanford. And
Mm,
like, I don't know. I've never heard of this guy. He had like not many catches last year, not many productive games. I get that he ran a 4.3, but just 4.3 dude from Hillsdale does not scream trade up to the third round to me. And
facts.
like, do we need a receiver? Unless we're trading JMO, like I don't even think that really helps us all that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, we do need a third receiver, but I'm thinking more. I don't know. We'll see what you could have got him without trading up and trading picks away, I thought. And I thought we just waited too long to pick an edge rusher, to be honest with you, even though we ended up getting one, but it was like very, very late. Moving on here. Let's see. Oscar Clough fan club? I think, yeah, Oscar Clough fan club. Last night during the first round of the NFL draft, we saw Shadur Sanders completely drop out of the first round with multiple reports coming out that he had a really awful interviews. One coach said it was the worst interview he's ever been a part of. I'm graduating college soon and I've started with the job search. Any interview tips that will ensure I don't end up like our friend Shadur?
Can I get your general stance on all Shador things?
Uh, yeah, like I mean, for me, I think it's just crazy. Like I get like some of the other quarterbacks being taken over him, like I understand that, but once I started seeing like Dylan Gabriel and you know all the other quarterbacks come to the bar, I was like, that's kind of crazy to me. Especially like the Steelers, like they're just kind of what banking on going into the season with Mason Rudolph. It's kind
Yeah.
of wild. It's kind of wild to me.
Well, they must be getting Rodgers. That's got to be it, or at least they
I hope
think they're
so.
getting Rodgers.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a what he dropped to the fifth round.
Fifth round.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what to think. I I don't know. I understand why it was so polarizing. I was polarized by it. This is probably the most I've paid attention to the NFL draft ever, and the most the obvious reason I was paying attention was just to see how far this kid would fall. Um, I don't necessarily consider myself like a Shador fan, but I am a Dion fan, and I enjoyed watching Colorado. I rooted for those teams for the most part these last couple years. I think Shador is a first round talent, but I also understand why he fell, and I don't necessarily think we have to make like sweeping judgments about it. Like I feel like it's a really hot button topic where like obviously you saw how much Mel Kiper was like shaking ass for this in the 3 days leading up to it. Um, I thought Reese Davis summarized it pretty well. Like this kid's clearly talented enough, but not just straight up not talented enough, doesn't have the body of work, doesn't have the results that warranted a team being like, that's my starter. Even where he ended up, like Cleveland doesn't necessarily want him to be their starter. He's going to get a chance, but like he didn't earn that being an obvious thing. And guys like Cam Ward did. We'll see about Dart. I don't know. I think Shador's a better player than Dart, but like who you are personality wise is a big part of this. That's real. And there's plenty of data that Shador is like a risk in that department. And it makes a lot of sense to me that if you weren't sold on him being your starting quarterback, you wouldn't want anything to do with him. I think all 32 teams would be like, this is obviously great value for the Browns here. But there's probably at least 25 teams that were like, I won't touch him even if he's there in the seventh round.
Yeah,
Because why would we want our backup quarterback to have all this extra personality baggage shit to it?
yeah,
It's a chaotic decision. So, and honestly, think of like the Browns are the chaotic franchise. So the only one willing to do this was Cleveland, and who knows if it implodes or not. It's probably not a good situation for him to thrive in, to be honest.
yeah. Also, this quarterback draft stinks. By the way,
Sucks.
awful,
Yeah.
awful. I think there will be one good quarterback out of this draft.
Do you think that Shador will find a way? Like, yeah, I still think he very much has a great opportunity here. Like, Cleveland could have taken him in round one, and we'd all be like, hell yeah, let's go. And right now, he could win the starting job very easily if he deserves it.
I mean, I like Shadur, but to be honest with you, like if I had to like bank on him just being like a starting quarterback, like just for a long time, I probably wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah.
Just probably wouldn't, to be honest with you. Let's see, moving on here. T Steffi. Hey guys, a few weeks ago I mentioned about my friends in Greece that follow Sleeper's YouTube channel. They still watch the full episodes every day, and they really love the international coverage on the incoming prospects from Europe. They also each wanted to ask a question to get your thoughts on. Also, Cart, the T in my username stands for Travis. Do with that as you will. I will have some sweeping judgments based on that soon. From Nico's, what is your best starting lineup that you can make with the incoming European players coming in this year?
We kind of did this topic on what Thursday, but like we didn't put it in the lineup for him. So
Yeah, and we included like returning guys, like the best European players.
Of guys coming in, Petro from Illinois,
Petro,
Mayer
Mayer.
from Purdue,
That'd probably be our 1-2 right there.
definitely Yelovich from Kentucky at the four.
Why don't we put him at the three and then put Mirkovic at the four?
He's kind of too big, I think. But yeah, Merck and him on the wing is probably fine. And
Yeah,
they
and
need a
then
five that's good.
center, or we could
They're
put
a good
Mirkovic.
five coming in this year somewhere.
Could put Mirkovic at the five and go undersized, and then go Sandra Frew at the
Yeah, that's fine.
four.
I like that answer.
Yeah, let's go with that. From Christos, do you think there will ever be a college basketball tournament played in Europe? And would you want to see that happen? I think he's asking if it'll be similar to the Thanksgiving MTE tournaments. I think that'd be kind of fire, to be honest with you.
Maybe this is old head take of me. I don't want that at all. I think in the summer, fine. You want to take an overseas trip, do it. That's cool. Every program should, like once every 4 years. I would like college basketball to stay in the United States of America, and I don't think that's a crazy take.
What if it gives you the opportunity to bet on a game at like at 9:30 in the morning?
I gotta be honest, I hate like the London NFL games. I more often than not forget they're going on and barely pay attention.
I love them. Okay. From Alexios. With colleges recruiting professional European players more each year, do you think schools will start to prioritize them more than American high school players? Yeah, I think it's already happened, to be honest with you.
More than, I don't know, if Kevin Sweeney has his way, they will. He's like adamant that this is what teams should be doing. I don't know that I agree, but I don't know. The good
Yeah,
ones will probably do a mix.
yeah, sorry. When you brought that up, just so everyone knows, I saved the greatest TikTok of all time for when Sweeney gets out of line, and I've been waiting to drop it for like 3 months now, but he hasn't gotten out of pocket yet in the group chat. But when it happens, I'll let everybody know. End of the international flurry. Shout out to our guys. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the end. We got one more from Albert. It's pronounced Albert. Which European players are you looking forward to the most to play next year? Who will be the best incoming player? Who do you think will struggle the most? So we did do a segment on this for sure. Um, Honestly, I don't know if anyone's that are going to struggle a lot because a lot of them coming over are like 20 something years old. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the one that actually might struggle the most, even though I believe in him a lot, is Meyer. Just because he's actually a true freshman.
He's so good.
I
I'm
know he's
not
so
worried
good,
about
but
him.
I'm saying like I'd rather actually pick him, maybe like figuring out how to play next to Braden and Fletcher. Maybe it's a little bit different for him.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not overly worried about it, but I hear what you're saying. I think players that aren't committed yet will be the ones that struggle because I think Michigan's trying to do this right now. There's buzz from the weekend that Michigan State's trying to do this right now. I think that teams will try to fill their 14th and 15th roster spots with like developmental projects from Tunisia. And those guys are just like have you heard about the targets Michigan State's after?
The overseas ones?
Yeah, we haven't even talked about it. Have you heard the names?
No.
There's two guys rumored that Michigan State is supposedly chasing, and like they are so far caliber wise off of like the Illinois guy and the Purdue guy. And like Michigan is also after some that are not all that impressive to me at all right now. Like I think the ones that will struggle have not found teams yet.
That makes sense. I haven't even looked at it. Probably
I
not
gotta
gonna.
find some names for you because it's
I'm not going to. No, thank you. That does it for the Discord comments today. Thank you for everyone in the Discord.
join the Discord. Thank you. We are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy. Woof. Promo code Sleepers. You can get up to $1,000 in bonus funds. In fact, this is the best testament to Underdog Fantasy that I could possibly give you. I'm going to find it right now. A member of our Discord. Let's give him a shout out right now. I believe it was S. Sunder. No, it wasn't. It was Pikel. Please. I got my Rutgers guys confused. Yeah, we got two Rutgers guys in the Discord. I got them confused. That's on me. But it was Pikel. Please, who hit us in the Discord tonight, Cart, and said, shout out to you guys for the underdog deal. Just finished my last few drafts, cashed out half of the $1,000 bonus, left some in to play around with. Now can I convince my wife to let me play 3,000 more in MLB drafts under her name? Not sure. I hope you can. I hope everyone can find ways to win like Pikel, please. It really, truly is a great offer. Getting that much in bonus funds and free picks is a pretty great sign up bonus. So promo code Sleepers, Underdog Fantasy, go take advantage. Let's get to the show. So one of my favorite things that the sports media world has to offer is a good old fashioned anonymous player survey. And The Athletic just did this for the NBA, and it made some headlines. I'm assuming you probably saw them on Twitter, even if you didn't click into The Athletic and read the full article. People should do that because I greatly enjoyed seeing the findings. But basically, writers from The Athletic sent out a survey to like every NBA player and had them fill it out anonymously, no names attached to this whatsoever. Give us your true, honest thoughts. And there are a bunch of spicy questions like who's the most underrated player in the league? Who's the most overrated player in the league? What franchise would you most want to play for if it wasn't your own? What coach do you think is the worst? All these really spicy things with great answers. As outcomes, people voted Cade Cunningham as the most underrated player. People, or I think the most improved player, maybe. People voted Tyrese Halliburton as the most overrated player, and that seemed like it really got some juices flowing in the Pacers Bucks series. So, anyways, long story short, I was reading that and seeing the fallout from it, and I thought to myself, damn, I wish that college basketball had something like this. I know that CBS Sports and Norlander and Parrish in the past have done this with coaches, but I want to put our creative hats on for a second and basically think to ourselves, Cart, if there was an anonymous player survey in college basketball, what would some of these answers be? And I've
Mm,
come up with a few prompts here that I think will be fun to work through.
let's get spicy.
Let's get spicy. All right. First one. What team that you don't play for would you actually want to play for?
What?
If you could play anywhere in the sport that's not your own team, where would you want to play? Anonymous player survey to every college basketball player in the sport. What do you think the number one vote getter would be?
Bama.
Whoa, why?
Just because like the offense is threes and dunks.
Do you think college players are thinking that granularly though? Like the offense?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it snows in Tuscaloosa too.
Maybe. The names in my head were like blue bloods that you might have like grown up a fan of.
Yeah, but like these kids were born in 2000.
You don't think it's just like Duke?
It probably is Duke, to be
The
honest.
Brotherhood and the Bags and
Yeah, it's probably Duke. Honestly, probably still Kentucky.
or Kentucky.
Yeah,
I would
probably.
think it's Duke or Kentucky ahead
Let's
of
say
it.
Duke.
You think Duke?
Yeah,
I mean, right now you're a player. You're Carter Elliott. Duke and Kentucky both offer you. Which one are you going to?
probably Duke.
Under Cal.
Oh, wait, Kentucky under Cal?
In the Calipari era, you would have been at Kentucky,
Yeah,
right?
I would have been in Kentucky.
Okay, so we're already getting a little insight into this. All right, so we both are gonna decide the players would vote Duke for the team they would actually most want to play for. What coach would you most want to play for? If you could play for any coach in the country.
Ooh,
This is a fun one because we're kind of in between eras of coaches. I think 5 years ago, the answer to this would have been Jay Wright.
I think so too. Are we answering? So, okay, real quick question here. Are we answering this as ourselves, or are we putting ourselves in college basketball players'
I
shoes?
want to put ourselves in college. Like, what would the general answer be? What would the number one answer on the board? Family Feud style. Which, by the way, this would be fun
Yeah,
off-season game. We should play
yeah. Well,
Sleepers Family Feud.
survey says.
It'll end in me and Ralph fighting and Ralph winning.
Uh, honestly, I think a lot of players would say Dan Hurley.
Whoa, I can't see that.
Why?
I think there's at least a segment of people with both Hurley and like Izzo and Cronin that would all just be like, no way, not for me. Trey
Okay, so
McKennie
you,
style.
you, you think it's more honestly, it's just gonna be a full Duke sweep? They want to play for Shire?
I got some other names I would throw out before this. Um,
Throw them out.
I think that Calvin Sampson's in the conversation.
Hmm.
I think that Bruce Pearl's in the conversation. I think that Todd Golden is currently in the conversation. Seems like a player's coach a little bit. And I think that Mark Pope is in this conversation right now. But
Ew,
I think this would be one that gets a lot of votes, though.
it would be. Uh, I don't think it'd be Samson
Why not?
just because he's old.
I don't think people care about that.
I think kids in college do.
Maybe.
Plus, like this young generation's different.
Is it still Cal?
It might still
It
be.
might still be Cal Perry.
It might.
Is it Todd
No,
Golden?
I think it's Golden.
You think every coach walks into a room, walks into Pete
Wait,
Shamlin.
hold on a second. Is it Patino?
I was gonna put Patino in the same category we put like Hurley and Izzo, where
Okay.
there's gonna be some players that are just like not for me.
Okay. It's probably one of the. It's got to be one of the SEC guys. I'd say Oates and or Golden.
I don't
If
think
they're not,
Oates has personality like that. I guess I'd vote Golden or Pearl, I think. I don't Pearl's kind of become this like weird players love him guy.
yeah. Honestly, if those are the two options, just like players want to play for it, I think they're probably going Pearl. Like Pearl's kind of got like that charisma. You know what I'm saying? He's at the football game taking his shirt off and shit.
Yeah. All right,
Oh
let's.
God.
This doesn't feel like the right answer, but we're gonna say Bruce Pearl is the
Oh, it's
coach.
not the right answer. It is
Yeah, I
not.
don't know what the answer is.
Honestly, the answer we don't want to say, low key, might be Shire.
It might be Mark Pope. I think Mark Pope would win the coach vote over Shire.
I think Shire would win it over Mark Pope.
So you think Shire sweeps Duke sweeps both categories thus far?
So far, yeah.
All right, interesting. All right, third one I had. What coach would you never want to play for?
Mick Cronin.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
Sneaky. You don't think Hurley would get votes for this?
No.
Because people respect him too much.
Yeah, people respect him too much.
Okay.
Jake Diebler.
I see. This is why I wish this was real. I would love to see the answers on this. What about like Hubert Davis?
Who do you think is the most successful coach that would get a vote in this?
Hurley. I
Hurley?
think I think Hurley is Patino would all get votes for this.
That's true.
Bill Self, like I would never want to play for that dude. Like
Yeah, that would be
throws his
good.
players under the bus type shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to go Mick Cronin for this.
For today, we're gonna lock it. Kevin Willard.
Oh, mm,
Is it Willard?
bang. Yeah.
Kevin Willard is the coach players would least want to play for, which obvious reasons. They let
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
The,
All right,
the
next.
proof's in the bald head.
This is where it gets fun. I worked it up till this point. We're talking players that are currently playing college basketball, like will play next season and are currently playing. Who would be voted the consensus most overrated player in college basketball?
Most overrated player in college basketball. I think inherently it would be a big because bigs get most disrespected. And if you want me to keep it a buck with you, I truly think TKR would get a lot of votes for this.
I don't think players would pay enough attention to TKR for him to get the votes. But I get where you're coming from on it. So I had two answers here. I think if this was a true vote with players, they would probably take the money into the equation here with some numbers that have been thrown around for guys. And that would make guys like PJ Haggerty, maybe
Your guy.
Yaxel, who got
No,
his
not no, not him.
who?
The guy that you're like, I can't believe they got that.
Who?
Rodney Rice.
Yeah. So Des Claude's asking for $4.5 million. Not going to get it, but he's asking for it. Haggerty's asking for four. He's not going to get it. Honestly, it pains me to say this. Just now, if I'm actually guessing what players would vote here, there would be like SEC people that would vote Braden Smith for most overrated player in the country.
Yeah, they honestly like a little bit about it being Purdue. Like it would be, I truly think it'd be Braden or TKR.
I think there's a bunch of like SEC athletic guards that would be like, that white boy from Purdue is the best player in the country. Fuck that.
Yeah,
And vote him and knowing he made $4 million.
yeah. Honestly, it would be one of the Purdue guys.
All right, so this is not our answer, but I'm going to say I think Braden Smith would end up getting the consensus votes from people for most overrated player, and I would fight that to the death.
Yeah.
Most underrated player.
Ooh, I feel like for some reason the first name that came to my mind was Emmanuel Sharp. But would players say that?
Right, it's who would players say? And I don't that seems like a tough sell.
I think some players might say Braden Smith too.
The Big Ten ones would. The
Yeah,
ones that are actually familiar with him.
most underrated. Ooh,
Almost feels like it's got to be someone from like either a role player from a big school or a star from a little school.
yeah, I'm trying to think who would the player say is most underrated? You know who this award would honestly get some love or who would get a shot from this, but I don't think the players would say it is Richie Saunders.
I like that.
But I don't think the players would say that though.
Or what about like Stephen Ashworth? Or like
You know who they would say?
who?
Thomas Hogg.
I like that.
That's
One
who
of
they
the
would
one
say.
of the underrated Florida guys.
Yeah, that's who they
Yeah.
would say.
Okay. I like that. Thomas Haw would be the most underrated player. I have two more left in the game. What's the toughest place to play? What would get the most votes? Mackey's definitely in consideration here, but how many teams and players have played at Mackey?
I still think Fog Allen would get a lot of shouts.
Think that's number one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think Fog Allen will get a lot of votes. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's say Fog Allen is the number one toughest place to play consensus. I'm okay with this. And my last one, my most devious one, my favorite one. I want you to give me a percent for this one. It's a yes or no question to every college basketball player anonymously. Yes or no? Are you considering transferring after this season? What percent of college basketball players would say yes? This needs to be real because I swear to God, I have such a high number in my head.
Hold on, I'm going to do some math here real quickly. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this might not be the best listen, but I have a little math. This is not a math podcast. This is a math podcast, but I'm about to math it up right here.
I
Uh,
think over half of the available returning players hit the portal. So anything above 50 is where my head's at, but I have a crazy high number. Because you got to think, this
I
is
think
just an anonymous question. Their name would never be attached to it. And it's just, are you considering it?
I think at minimum, 20% of players would say yes.
Dog, way higher than that.
That's at minimum.
But this is pure anonymously. There's no downside to them saying yes and being honest here. And it's
Okay.
not, are you going to transfer? It's, are you considering it?
I would say it's like honestly 72%.
I genuinely think at least 80% of
No,
people.
that's
Yes.
diabolical. Can we run this?
That's what I'm saying. How fun would it be to just get that number back?
That
Anonymously, every player in college basketball was asked, are you considering transferring?
yeah, this is a question for our magazine. We're not publishing it.
Dog,
But
it'd be so fun.
please, are you considering transferring?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm always keeping my options open, but no.
as you should.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just looking for someone to book me a hotel at the Final Four.
I respect that. I did have an awful dream the other day that the ringer got you.
That wouldn't work out well, I don't think.
Like Bill Simmons invited you to Water Tower, and
I would
you said you didn't want to be there, and he took you to Big Apple, and you were just smitten.
I feel like I would force Bill to take me to Applebee's and it wouldn't go well, but I would like really hit it off with Tate Frazier though.
Yeah. Is Tate Frazier on the Ringer?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bad scout by you.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Well, did you have fun doing that?
I did. I want it to be real.
Me too. Topic two today is a fun one we've done before, I think maybe last year, but I would like us to combine our brains and together come up with a list of 10 breakout stars for next season with one rule. They must have averaged less than 10 points per game last season.
Okay.
9.9 or less points per game means they are okay to be on this list. We are looking for the 10 biggest breakout stars in college basketball. One guy you already said. Do you know who I'm talking about that I want on this list?
That I already said.
You've mentioned his name on this very episode multiple times already.
Average under 10. I haven't mentioned that many players, but for some reason it's escaping me.
Thomas Haw,
He averaged under 10?
9.8 points per game last
Ooh,
season.
wow, just made the cut. Okay, yeah.
All right, so I think he's number one, probably. Who else is on this list?
I'm guessing freshmen are exempt.
Like incoming freshmen?
Yeah,
Those don't count.
got you. Okay. Where do you stand on the two UConn front court players?
Which ones?
Terrace average under 10 and Jalen Stewart average 6 a game.
I would not have either on this list, but again, part of that is I got Ryby being a big guy in the front court.
Okay, let's keep moving down here. I'm searching.
Yep. Search me, lead me. I got another one.
Mrez.
Ooh. Let's come back to that in a second because I was
Okay.
about to suggest Christian Anderson before realizing he averaged 10 a game last year.
Yeah, he averaged 10 a game.
He was so good. I'm so disgusted we didn't
Dog,
get
he's
him.
gonna be really good this year.
Okay. So he can't be on there. Back to the Michigan guys. My only problem with Perez, this is a front court that theoretically could include Yaxel and Ademara. Not to Illinois ourselves out of this, but like there's a world Merez's role isn't what he thinks it's going to be here. They didn't recruit a shooting guard specifically so that LJ Kaysen can have that spot. I know I'm stunting for my guy again, and everybody laughed at me because it was wrong last year. But like, if you asked me to bet on one guy to have like a breakout season, Merez Johnson or LJ Kaysen, I don't know which one I would say. Do you think it's for sure Merez?
Yeah, I still think it's Mrez.
Okay. Is that because you don't believe in LJ or?
No, not that I don't believe in LJ, but I just believe that Mrez just won by himself. I'll actually believe in Mrez. And two, I think someone's gonna be beneficial of Elliot Cadeau's passing. And I think it could be Mrez along with other guys. But I guess to your same point, it could be LJ. Honestly, I would buy LJ if he was the starting point guard. I would do that, yes.
Well, why don't we just put Michigan starting point guard then?
Did he average less than 10?
Elliot Cadeau averaged 9.5 points per game last year.
Whoa.
Elliot Cadeau away from Hubert Davis in a Dusty May system that's really up tempo. There's basically zero guard competition for him. He
Mhm.
doesn't have a backup point guard. Like he is going to be the guy with the ball in his hands every single possession, surrounded by really talented bigs in Yaxel Lendeborg.
I'm fine with Elliot.
But that requires us to both say we believe in Elliot Cadeau. So I think Michigan should have one guy on this list. I just don't know who.
Why don't we, if we put the guy, let's put the guy who's going to be the starting point guard with the ball in his hands a lot.
I think it's a requirement for Elliot Cadeau to be good for Michigan. So I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right.
Sneaky one that I don't know if we thought about, but I would like to see if he'd be in consideration. How do we feel about Carter Knox? It was really good at the end of the season last year for Arkansas.
Is
I
he under
think he's
10?
I think he starts this year.
If he's under
Yeah.
10, I'm in.
Yeah, 8.3.
Carter Knox, I'm in.
He was really good last season towards the end of the year.
I'm in.
Okay. I want to put some deeper cuts in this. Like I like the 9.8 guys, but like, can we find like a 4 point guy that we think we believe in?
Cut me deep, my brother. Let's do it.
I think we both believe in this guy, Trent Perry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we get deeper?
I want a guy that's for sure going to start.
I could cheat here and pick Jaleel. Did Jaleel Bethea average less?
He for sure averaged less than 10.
All right, I'd
I
like to do
think
Jaleel Bethea would definitely be in there.
we can put Jaleel Bethea on there.
Okay. Uh,
You loved him last year, never forget.
I still do.
He
Um,
was so bad.
yeah. Do you love Jaron Stevenson?
I don't love him, but I wouldn't hate him on this list.
We don't got to get there yet. What about Flory?
Yes.
Flory should be on there.
Laurie is a for sure.
Okay, Flory for sure. Oh, I mean, could pick a Michigan State guy here. There's a couple options.
Which one?
Uh, I would vote either Kohler or Carr
Not to completely derail this.
or Fierce.
Can you talk me into the Cohen Carr breakout star season? Because I feel like Michigan State fans in general are dropping this a lot, and I just don't even have a clue what it looks like.
So I don't even think it's like a breakout star thing. I just think that I think he's in line for major minutes this season more than he played last year. And I just think that even if he does not take a step in his game, inherently it's going to lead to production.
Fair.
Uh,
So I'm just going to semantics you
okay,
because your pitch for Cohen Carr to be on the 10 breakout stars for next season list is, quote, I don't even think it's like a breakout star thing.
that's fine. I'll accept that.
I think he can be really productive. I don't see like best player on Michigan State as a possibility for him. Kohler to me is that guy, or the one who would take like the big leap is Fears, I think. I'd rather have Fears over Cohen for sure for a list like this. But I'll
Okay.
let you pick the name. It's your team.
We can keep moving. We can see if there's someone else.
Let's put somebody on the list. I think Michigan State deserves a guy. Somebody's going to take a huge rise there for sure.
You know what? Let's buy a floor
Oh,
general.
you're doing the thing again. One of those guys should be on the list. I strongly believe that. I just don't think it's Cohen.
Let's buy the floor general then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
buy the general.
While we're buying the floor general, do you think the logo general was right?
Logo general?
Logo general averaged 9 points a game last year, and he's going somewhere where the ball is going to be in his hands every possession.
I always think the logo general is right.
Let's put the logo general on.
Can we put Magoon Guath on first?
We can.
All right, thanks.
You're really good at this exercise.
Well, you know what? This is the one like beneficial part I have. There's nothing I love more than guys that haven't broke out yet.
It's so
Like
true.
every guy I love has not broken out yet.
It's extremely true. We have
Like,
two
like
more
no,
spots.
gee, I got a list. I want Darion Reed on this list. Like I just got
He's
guys
not
that
even
have. I want
committed
Cannon
somewhere yet.
Catchings on this list. I got them for you.
These guys, Darian Reed isn't even committed yet. We need two more guys.
I'm searching. I know I would only put him on here, but I do think Jonathan Powell is going to be good for UNC. But there's got to be better options than that. I even say that in my own head. Could pick Krevis from Arizona if we believe in that. He only averaged 8 last year. Um, just I'm throwing out some other options. Nolan Winter maybe being really good for as a starting center of Wisconsin. He
I like the
averaged
Nolan Winter shout
okay. Nolan Winter.
because he's going to be their guy in the front court.
Nolan Winter it is then.
I like that shout.
Hmm. All right, is that do we have
We need one more.
do one more? Ooh.
Ooh, what about that dude? Is he back?
Who?
Tyler Tanner?
The Vanderbilt guy?
I love that dude.
I do too, but is he gonna start?
I don't know.
Because they got
They got some dudes, you're right.
they got dudes, so I don't think that happens. Do. I mean, I feel fine with putting this guy at 10. I don't think we've ever had a conversation about this, but like JoJo Tugler's gonna be better, right?
Not for this list for me.
Okay. I get it. Like the
He is
defense
what he
is
is.
better, but he could do a lot more. Guy averaged 5.
He is what he is to me.
Okay. Last
We need one more.
do need one more. This is tougher than I thought, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
you're I don't know, your ability here.
Well, the last one I want to
Needed.
throw out, you're gonna shoot it down.
Who?
There's a world where Caleb Foster's the starting two guard for Duke, and he's good in that role.
I think he's gonna be the best guard on their roster.
Even better than Caden.
I think so. I think
Caleb
that's the
Foster.
right answer. I think Caleb Foster's the right answer.
All right, deal.
Which means our 10 breakout stars for next season: Thomas Haw, Elliot Cadeau, Carter Knox, Jaleel Bethea, Flory Badunga, the Floor General, the Logo General. That's Jeremy Fears and Trey Holloman, Magoon Gwath, Nolan Winter, and Caleb Foster. I'm
I
proud of
like
that
it.
effort.
Yeah, it's okay.
When somebody makes us a graphic for that, it's going to get tweeted so fast. Topic 3, I'm putting us to a test here. I want to go through ESPN's way too early top 25, and I want us within 10 seconds or less to identify who the leading scorer on next year's team will be.
Ooh.
Some teams it'll be really easy for, some teams it will not. But that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Let's both pull that up right now so we're looking at the same thing
Okay.
because
And Borzello.
yeah, shout out to Jeff Borzello for doing this. And they have nice little updated roster. Like, here's the projected starting lineup. It's perfect. So, okay. I bet we agree on most of these. I bet we disagree on some. Our goal in 10 seconds or less to convince each other who the correct answer is. Our goal is to get through the 25 without having one disagreement. Do you think we can do that?
No.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Let's try. Okay, the number one team in the way too early top 25 is the Purdue Boilermakers. The leading scorer will be Trey Kaufman-Renn. He averaged
Uh,
20 a game last year. Braden averaged 15.
yeah, you're right. Yep. Yep.
Number two, the Houston Cougars.
Sharp.
Papa Isaacs averaged 16 a game last year.
Sharp.
Talk me into Sharp over Pop quickly.
Popeye's average 16 where?
Creighton.
This
That's a
ain't
good
Creighton.
Scott.
This ain't Creighton.
Okay. We now have to say it. We didn't really come to a consensus. In three, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. Then we have to say our answer. And we got to get it right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, Sharp.
Sharp.
You're just going to wait for me.
I didn't wait for you. I said
Number 3, we're 2 for 2. Number 3, St. John's. Bryce Hopkins? I think I'm more confident in him than any of the guards.
Yeah, I feel bad. Yeah, I feel like the guards might kind of go at each other.
Yeah.
Give me Bryce Hopkins.
Hopkins is our answer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
Number
Hopkins in the
4,
big. Didn't he already average like 20 in the Big East?
15, I think. Number 4, Texas Tech. JT
Toppin.
Toppin, 18 a game last year.
Yeah, Toppin.
Any world Anderson gets close?
No, Toppin.
Toppin, okay.
You get close, but Toppin.
Number 5, Louisville. Conwell?
Conwell.
Okay. I thought you were going to try and talk me into Michael.
No.
Okay.
Come
Number
on,
6.
Michael. Sorry.
Number 6, UConn.
Solo ball.
Why do I have a weird feeling it won't be Solo? It should be Solo, but like part of me just thinks he won't.
Who would be the other option?
Either Mullins is that good or Demery is the best guard and leading scorer.
Oh,
But
I think
if you want to take the smart, easy, quick, clean, I'm fine with doing Solo.
well, solo ball averaged 14 last year. What I think,
Without any of these dudes, the team needed more from him than that.
yeah, but I'm saying like he's got a better point guard this year, and I think solo ball is one of the better catch and shoot guys in the country. They're gonna run. I think it's gonna be really good.
Okay,
It'll be solo.
Solo, fine. Number 7, BYU.
Richie.
Over DeBanza.
Actually, no, I'm trying to get cute. Devanza.
I want to get cute. I think it's Richie.
Devanza, come on, man. It's
16 and a half for Richie last year.
Devanza won't let that happen.
He played with Yegor, and he was the
Yegor
leading
was a
scorer.
passer. Yegor was a passer.
Yegor wasn't supposed to be a passer. Richie's going to get better.
Ah. Okay. Devanza, so much, you know, gravity. Richie.
So it's Richie?
It's Richie.
What if it's AJ?
Richie Saunders is going to be a first team All American next
Richie
season.
Saunders is our answer. Fine. Okay, Michigan, Yaxel.
Yaxel.
Arkansas, A
A-Cuff.
Acuff?
A-Cuff.
Acuff. Kentucky at number 10, Otega. It's Otega. Don't get cute. It's Otega.
Otega.
It's Otega. 11, Duke, Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
If
Cam
it's,
Boozer.
if it's not him, it's like Foster, and I would go Boozer.
What about Slim?
It's Boozer.
Okay.
12, Arizona. This one's tough. A
Um,
lot of freshmen.
it is. To be honest with you, I would pick Burries.
I think I would pick Koa Pete, or maybe the obvious answer is just Jaden Bradley without Caleb Love taking shots from him. Goes up to like 15 a game.
He's just such like a pass guy.
He's 12 a game with Caleb Love.
Yeah. You know what? It's probably like this is a case of we want to be the freshman, but it ends up being like fourth year senior Jaden Bradley.
On three, three, two, one. Bradley.
Bradley.
You're just waiting for
I'm
me.
not waiting.
I want to do this every time now. It's a great bit. Number 13. Joshua Jefferson, Iowa State,
Jeff
or
yeah,
Momcilovic.
Jefferson.
Let's go Jefferson. I agree. 14 is UCLA, Donovan Dent.
Yep.
15 is Auburn. This,
Pettiford?
this one's tough. It could be Pettiford. It could be Keyshawn Hall. It could be Elijah Freeman.
Is Pettiford back?
Yes,
Pettiford.
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 I would bet we're wrong, but I'm
I,
okay with saying it should be
I'm fine
Pettiford.
with that. I'm fine with Pettiford.
16 is Tennessee. Also a tough one because it could be Nate Ament or it could be Jacoby Gillespie.
I'm gonna say Gillespie.
I'm gonna say Gillespie because I think Ament stinks.
Gillespie.
I will never run from an opportunity to drop that. 17 is Wisconsin.
You're gonna try to go against me here. I still think it's Blackwell.
I want the record book to show that I think Nick Boyd's a first team All Big Ten player next year. And no one else on earth thinks that. In fact, I'm getting clowned for it in some internet circles.
What circles?
Hoops is killing me for this take.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I still think it's Blackwell.
Three, two, one.
Blackwell.
Blackwell. That was good.
You did that time.
No, I was really gonna say it. 18. We've made it 17 teams so far. 18 is Kansas, Darren Peterson.
Yeah.
19 is Florida.
Xavier Lee.
It's Thomas Haw.
It's Xavier
It's
Lee.
Thomas Haw.
Xavier
Haw
Lee.
he just got number one on our breakout guys list. He's probably actually going to be their All-American best player. Xavier Lee is a secondary guy. I will believe this until I die.
Xavier Lee.
I'm not moving off of Thomas Haw.
I'm not moving off of Xavier Lee.
I'm not moving off of Thomas Haw. And this is a throwback to last year when we did the little prisoner's dilemma thing and you owned me mentally. I'm not moving off of Thomas Haw. And I think it's the right answer. And this is supposed to be your guy, Thomas Haw.
He is my guy.
So if he's your guy, I need you to pick Haw.
Well, Xavier Lee's my guy too.
Haw's better.
All right, on three.
What's Haw averaging at Princeton? 20.
Wouldn't go there. Too special.
20. 3, 2, 1. Haw. Let's go.
He is my. You got me when you reminded me that he's my guy.
Let's go.
He is my guy.
20, Michigan State. I'm going Kohler.
I'm going no one.
I need you to give me an answer.
No, I actually do think Kohler leads them in scoring.
I'm going Kohler. We both go Kohler. We
You have
have
a high
five
noon.
teams to
You
get
have a
through, and then
high
we
noon.
we successfully completed the exercise if we get there. 21 Alabama. It's kind of gross on paper. It could be Noah Williamson, Aiden Holloway, Latrell Wrightsell, Jaleel Bethea.
So for me, this is between two of the backcourt starters. And honestly, look, for me, I'm picking Holloway because Wrightsell tore his Achilles.
I'm fine with that. I think Holloway would have been my answer too before the pitch, but I like the pitch.
Okay, Holloway.
22 North Carolina.
Seth,
Kyan Evans, Seth Trimble, Visar, Caleb Wilson, Jaron Stevenson.
Seth Trimble. We're Seth Trimble guys, G.
I love Seth Trimble. I want to be a Seth Trimble guy. Let me give you what I think is actually going to happen, though.
Okay,
I think this team's going to be horrendous, and it's going to become Caleb Wilson gunning. Like Caleb Wilson's going to come out trying to get 20 a night.
but he'll miss.
So will Seth Trimble, if we want to be honest.
It's Trimble, G.
He only averaged 11 last year.
It's Trimble.
I like him. I just don't like what's the ceiling for. I can't see him going over like 14 a game.
No RJ Davis.
What do you think Trimble averages?
I think Trimble averages 15 or 16 a game.
I think Caleb's better than that.
You do?
I think Caleb's going to get a really inefficient 17 a game, and they're going to go
If
like
if that's the,
17 and 15.
if that is your pitch, I will agree on Caleb.
That's my pitch.
Okay, Caleb.
Caleb Wilson, North Carolina. We have three remaining. Gonzaga at 23,
EK.
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 Ohio State at 24.
Ooh, I want to get
It
cute.
should be Bruce Thornton.
I want to get cute.
Could be Mobley. It could be Devin Royal.
It's gonna be Thornton though, because he's on. He won't allow it to be anyone else.
That's the right pitch.
Yeah.
I love how lockstep we are. Who'd you want to get cute with, Royal or Mobley?
I was gonna get cute with Royal.
I was too. I'm glad we were both going to do Royal and not Mobley.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for it all, and it all comes down to your favorite program. 25th, the Texas Longhorns. What a mess Sean Miller has. It
They
could be
still have Jordan Pope, right?
they still have Jordan Pope. They have Tremont Mark still.
Oh, Tremont Mark.
They have Dalen Swain. Jordan Pope
Tremont
scored
Mark.
more a game than Tremont Mark last year.
Tremont Mark.
Tremont Mark.
Tremont Mark.
3, 2, 1.
Mark.
Mark. He did it again.
No, I did.
We did it. We made it through. I'm proud of us. This was a good episode, I feel like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. One big thing presented by Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Sleepers get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. What's your one big thing?
1 second, please. My one big thing is that there's so many unknowns in life, right? Like you didn't know you were gonna get sunburnt today. I didn't know that Cade Cunningham was gonna miss a jumper to win the game. And sometimes when the unknowns in life get you down, you got to go back to the basics. G, are you a basics guy by any chance?
Um, it depends.
It depends. Okay, no undies. But my point of this is that I can always count on certain things, and one of the things I can always count on is Weiss's banana bread. Okay, so I want to have a moment for Weiss's banana bread. It's just special every time. It's moist. Sometimes she gets freaky with it. You know what I'm saying? Throws a little chocolate chip in there, maybe a little walnut. She's feeling super freaky. You know what I'm saying? But it just hits every single time. I can always go to it. It's like who's the most dominant bullpen pitcher of all time?
Mariano
Rivera?
Rivera.
Yeah, the closer, right? The Sandman, is that they call him?
He came in to enter Sandman, correct.
Yeah. So my wife's banana bread is the Mariano Rivera of my life.
My wife's banana bread is the Mariano Rivera of my life.
Yeah, he's always there.
You're one of one. You're
I've been
truly
told that before.
special. Yeah, I know you have. Everyone says it.
Not many mean it though.
I think they all do.
No, they don't.
I think they all do. I would like to actually bring something new to the table for my one big thing today. I'd like to play Choose Your Own Adventure, One Big Thing. So in front of you, I now present four big things, and you get to choose your own adventure on which big thing becomes my one big thing. Do you
Sure.
want something random,
Mhm.
something productive, a rant, or something wholesome?
Sunday. Random.
Something random. Okay. My one big thing today. Do dogs get headaches?
Hmm.
This had me in a tizzy this weekend. I spent way more time than I'm proud to admit wondering if my dog gets migraines.
So I think anyone with a brain gets a headache.
You would think so, right?
Yeah.
Right. But like also think about how many times have you ever been with your dog and been like, "Oh, he's got a headache." Never.
Well, how will we know that?
Cuz I mean, he would act a little strange
What
probably,
about when
right?
they do this? Like, sometimes when they like paw at their head,
Yeah, but that seems like an itch.
but maybe it's a headache.
Maybe it's a headache, and maybe we are being bad dog owners, bad
Hmm.
companions.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like I have been insensitive to my dog's mental needs, and it's had me in a tizzy all weekend.
I can, for one, say that Benji lives a great life.
Did you enjoy the choose your own adventure one big thing?
I kind of want to make that a thing moving forward.
This might be my thing all week if I keep doing the full episodes.
Yes.